So I'm sure you've all heard by now that the Marvel's Avengers, the video game, is not doing so hot. You know, Marvel's Avengers, like the movies. You guys remember the movies, right? Don't you want to buy this game too? Apparently not. So this is a huge loss for Square Enix. 48 million loss, approximately. Getting into the article here, we have these tweets from David Gibson saying Square Enix reported yen 6.5 billion loss for HD games driven by Marvel Avengers. Would not say how many sold, but that volumes were 60% of plan. Implies game cost over 100 million to make, but only sold 3 million or so. Marvel Avengers. It looks like the total cost of the game is closer to 170 million to 190 million, given that they only expenses 70% of cost in the quarter plus marketing costs. That's right. I do remember this game being pushed pretty heavily. Why someone didn't say stop post the multiplayer beta will remain a mystery. Square are adamant they can make a recovery. Well, I guess we'll see. On top of the loss for Square Enix, Steam Charts reports the PC version of the game has had an average of, just a little over 1,000 players playing over the last 30 days. And Steam sales have been up because of COVID, because people have nothing to do. They need video games to spend their time. In September, the game had a little over 7,000 average players. In October, posted average players of 1,400. It doesn't seem like they're keeping the interest of people who have bought it and who are playing it. Now, what could have possibly caused Marvel's Avengers to not do well? Well, I see a lot of people giving their own little opinions on why this game didn't do so well. No one was expecting it to do as bad as a $48 million loss, though. Some people were expecting it to not do well because they didn't see the interest there, but I don't think anyone expected there to be like a major loss from just making the game. And a lot of fingers are pointing at the fact that they had Kamala Khan being the main character in the game. Now, for those of you who don't know, Kamala Khan is being pushed as the new Miss Marvel, and she has been being pushed for a while now, and yet no one knows who she is, because she's not very popular. Not even remotely popular. And they kind of use her as the Spider-Man stand-in for this game, instead of using, Spider-Man. I think a lot of people were actually expecting Spider-Man to be the main character in this game, and I think they were disappointed when they found out that Kamala Khan, this character that is widely unpopular, got put in as the main role instead. But I don't think people were necessarily angry that Miss Marvel got the role of main character. It's just like, why her, She's not popular, nobody knows who she is. But on the flip side, some people might have seen this game as like an opportunity to introduce this character rather than reading the comics and figuring it out. Because I think there's a portion of this game that serves as like an origin story for her. So maybe some people saw it as like a fresh new start to be introduced to Miss Marvel. Yes, some people were disappointed, but not everyone, clearly. There was still relatively some hope for the game. I remember when Adam mentioned this game to me, and we were kind of watching it from afar to see if it was something worth playing, because we played Marvel's Ultimate Alliance together a lot. And when the story was announced that it would be like Kamala Khan as the main character, bringing the Avengers back together again with that whole shtick, Adam was not super interested in it. That pretty much lost it for him. And he wasn't too impressed with the gameplay itself. So he kind of just like turned to me and was like, are you interested in playing it? Because I'll get it if you're interested in playing it. And I wasn't interested in playing it either. I have zero interest in Miss Marvel. She has yet to be done right, in my opinion. And her powers. What is it with her powers? I've seen so many other characters with stretchy powers where they don't look stupid while using their powers. But with Miss Marvel, they do this thing with her powers where not only does she stretch, but it also grows as she's stretching. and it just doesn't look good. It just looks bizarre, like how anything else would look bizarre if it was disproportionate. Even like other female characters with stretchy powers, like Elastigirl, they look fine when they stretch, and they have the same powers as Miss Marvel. So what happened here? But I think the real tipping point where I actually saw people losing interest in this game came when there was talk of microtransactions. Now, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to scare away an audience, all you have to do is mutter the words microtransactions. People do not like microtransactions, especially pay-to-win systems. Ugh. Get that away. But you know, on this channel, we dig deep. So let's actually look at the Steam reviews and let's see what people are saying about it. So far, it seems that the reviews are pretty mixed. 56% are positive. This game is $60? So 56% positive reviews is not what you want to get when you launch a game. You don't want your audience to be split on whether or not it's a good game. You want mostly positive. So let's see what the reviews actually say. Now these are the most helpful reviews in the past 30 days, so let's see what we got here. They have a whole section titled Issues. Oh boy, does this game have issues. From game crashing to progress not saving. From enemies getting stuck in wall to players stuck in animation. You name it, this game has it all. But to be fair, the devs are working continuously. They're releasing updates and patches on a pretty good pace and are pretty open and active about everything. So I don't recommend this game in its current state. $60. Remember that, guys. This game's $60. I don't think I have ever been this upset with any other games. I have 200 plus hours as I really hoped the game was going to get fixed, but after 2 weeks, I just gave up as I have never seen a game more broken than this. Countless crashes, backup files, yes, backup files for an online game in 2020, mobs stuck behind walls, black screens, matchmaking issues, falling through the map, loot tables that aren't rewarding, broken loot, dailies and weeklies not working nor resetting, community challenges that don't work, infinite loading screens, poor UI, promises that were not kept, fixes that were fixed but never fixed. I could go on, but let's keep it there. Full-priced beta with big promises. We're talking T-posing, falling through 4, no sound, multiplayer scaling, which reduces all your stats to 1, making you very weak. Rapid crashes from 10 minutes and upwards. And here's a positive review that starts off by saying, for me, this game has a weird state, as I would recommend the game, but probably not at full price, at least not in its current state. First and foremost, do not play full price for this game. This game is a mixed bag. If you want a decent origin story for one of the newest Marvel heroes, then get this game on sale. Then you will have a decent 10 or so hour experience. If you are after a live service loot-driven experience, then give it a wide berth. The loot is uninspiring, the missions are grinds in the same few locations over and over, and the loot is invisible. Cosmetic outfits are just 3/4 outfits for each character with different color combinations. So it seems like the biggest problem with this game, at least from the reviewers, are the fact that it's not actually finished. And this is not the only time that a game has been released without being necessarily finished. See it time and time again with these companies that just push for these games to come out earlier and earlier, even when it's not playable. Oh my gosh, I still remember when Sonic Boom came out. That was a hilarious failure. Oh, what a clusterfuck that was. And it kind of just seems like this is one of those times where the game just came out too early and not everything was finished, so now they're just trying to patch it as much as possible, but people don't want to buy a game that's not finished yet. They want everyone, it seems like the advice that people are given is to not buy the game until it's at least lower priced and has everything fixed. Because if you buy a game for $60 and then there's all these problems with it, it doesn't sound like a good experience. But that's about all I've got to say about this game. What do you think about the Marvel's Avengers, the movie, the game? Leave your own thoughts and opinions down below in the comments section on why you think that this game failed. What do you think about their choice of the main character? What do you think about the microtransactions? And what do you think about them releasing the game early while it has all these problems with it? Like the video and subscribe if you'd like to see more videos from me. Join the fan club, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!